London, August 16th, Reuters. Russian President Vladimir Putin and U.S. President Donald Trump discussed possible terms to end the war in Ukraine during their summit in Alaska. According to sources familiar with Moscow's thinking, the proposals involved land swaps, security guarantees, and potential sanctions relief. This was the first face-to-face meeting between a U.S. president and the Kremlin leader since the full-scale invasion began in February 2022. In a Fox News interview, Trump said he and Putin had largely agreed on some points, though he admitted Ukraine must approve the deal. "I think we're pretty close to a deal. Maybe Ukraine will say no." Putin's proposals. According to the sources, Putin suggested Ukrainian withdrawal, Kyiv to pull out of the eastern Donetsk and Luhansk regions, Russian freeze. In return, Russia would stop advancing further in the southern Kherson and Zaporizhzhia regions. Territory return. Russia may return small occupied areas in Sumy and Kharkiv regions, around 440 square kilometers. Crimea recognition. Moscow seeks formal recognition of Russian sovereignty over Crimea, annexed in 2014. NATO bar. Ukraine would be barred from joining NATO but could get alternative security guarantees. Cultural demands. Russia wants official status for the Russian language and freedom for the Russian Orthodox Church to operate. Sanctions relief. Putin expects at least partial lifting of Western sanctions, though it is unclear if this means only European or also U.S. sanctions. Ukraine and allies' position. Kyiv insists it will not surrender territory, especially in Donetsk, which it views as critical for defense. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will travel to Washington on Monday to discuss the summit with Trump directly. Both Ukraine and its European allies firmly reject any recognition of Russia's control over Crimea. They also consider Russia-linked religious institutions as national security risks. Key challenges. No immediate ceasefire. Putin ruled out a ceasefire until full agreement is reached, something Zelensky demands urgently as Ukraine faces daily missile and drone strikes. Sanctions issue. Moscow wants sanctions eased, while Western unity on this remains uncertain. Security guarantees. Trump floated an Article 5-style protection for Ukraine, similar to NATO's Mutual Defense Clause. But outside NATO, how this would work remains unclear.